Hi, Dan Lopez here, broker owner of Legends Realty, here with your Monday QB. This is a weekly summary of the local real estate market. Today's report is going to be our state of the market for the month of November 2023. This information is brought to us by our own Orlando Regional Realtor Association. So let's jump right into it. Inventory. From last year to this year has significantly increased. In fact, that has increased by 14%. For the month of November, 8,202 homes for sale, up from 7,197 homes for sale. When we look at the number of closed transactions, this is pretty interesting. It's exactly the same as it was in November of 2022 at 1,996 closed transactions. The average price of homes has increased to $452,578. This is an increase from last year in November from $424,483, and the median price of homes that have sold has increased as well, from sitting at $375,000 up from $360,000. And when we talk about the median home price, the difference between average price and median price, average, of course, is the mathematical calculation. Median price is the same number of homes has sold above this price that have sold below this price. And then inventory, like I said, it's up from November of last year. We've been seeing a significant increase in inventory, or a small increase in inventory week to week to week. And so we are actually now sitting at a little bit over 4 months of supply. A healthy real estate market puts us at 6 months of supply. So we are still below the historical norm. However, because we've seen a bit of an increase, our market has changed, leaning more towards a buyer-friendly type of real estate market. Let's go ahead and look at our month-to-month changes, looking at the changes from the October of 2023 to November of 2023. Again, inventory has gone up by about 5%. Average price has gone up slightly to $452,578, and the median price dropped ever so slightly, 0.5% to $375,000. In October, it was $377,000. Now, the number of sales, again, in November is 1996. In October, it was 2,429. This is not unusual. We always say that the two slowest months of the year for our local real estate market, the Orlando and the surrounding areas, tend to be the months of November and December. It has to do with the holidays that are going on, and people just aren't interested in making a move at this time. However, we always say continue working during this time, because the customers that you are working with, dealing with, who are actually out actively looking at homes, they tend to be very serious. So sometimes agents might decide to slow down a little bit or take some time off during this time of the year. I always say this is a great time to remain focused and remain committed to working with your customers, because those who are reaching out to you right now tend to be very serious, very committed, and ultimately it means that a better chance of having yourself a real estate transaction. So what does this all mean for us, all these changes that are taking place within the real estate market? Well, like I mentioned already, it is a seller's market. This is largely due to the inventory. Even though we have just crept over 4 months of supply, we are still below what would be considered a normal or a healthy real estate market. However, with interest rates and with the number of sales that are taking place, it tends to be a buyer-friendly seller's market. So this means that sellers who are putting their homes on the market can still expect to get highest and best price. But from a buyer's standpoint, it's going to be less competitive. Buyers can rest assured that when they make an offer on a property, they probably won't be competing against 10 other buyers at the same exact time. They can include their inspection contingencies. They can potentially ask for seller concessions, repairs to be done, improvements to be done to the property, especially if it's repairs or improvements to be made that will ultimately allow the property to be sold for both mortgage purposes and insurance purposes. So therefore, if you have any questions in regards to what our local market is doing, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'd be happy to discuss this with you in greater detail. And of course, if you would like an analysis done on your current home, whether it's the highest and best price for sale or the highest and best price for rent, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, Dan Lopez, Legends Realty, wishing you all great health, wealth, and success in everything that you do. Take care and God bless.